Blessings, beloveds. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is your love reading. It is for April 26th through May 2nd, 2021. We've got the Scorpio full moon this week that's fully supporting the divine masculine Christ. Raise up into the warrior of Yahweh, the warrior of your union, the warrior that fights for love, for new earth, and the divine feminine Christ leadership, the equality. So as I was laying out the cards, God kept talking about separatism. So this is really about merging and bringing the unity and continuing on moving forward into the unity consciousness, and through the unions of the beloveds, we're collapsing the old timelines. We're bringing this unity consciousness and unions to the forefront for humanity also to align with. And it's also supporting the collective agenda of separatism and pinning human against human for some sort of difference, whether it's race, culture, gender, age, whatever these discriminations might be. That's the whole agenda that is being shown more and more, but it's like being destroyed basically. God's destroying it. The earth is destroying it. She's quite had enough with that agenda as well. And so for the union of the beloveds, we're really here to pave the new way of unions and bring forth the holy matrimony is what I'm hearing, and really unite consciousness, unite humanity into the desire to bring back to the threshold family values, tribe, community, unity, working together collectively, leaving a legacy, taking care of one another. These are all the components that is going to be expressed through the tribe, through all of us, through the quantum field as well, as what I'm hearing. Amen to that. So this is a bigger collective energy that's coming in this week that's supporting the harmony between the two of you and the collective, the division from the divine masculine and feminine Christ. That unity is now coming into place, and this is the completion, the 1-year completion to removing the juxtaposition and the separation between the masculine and feminine. This is leadership based on Holy Grail counterparts, Holy Grail unions. So let's see how this separatism is what I'm hearing you again. So let's see how these energies affect the two of you this week. We've got Princess of Cups, and if my voice sounds a little bit off, I am purging in the throat chakra quite a bit and getting activations as well. So it feels like there's a little tightness, and so this might be something that you're going through as well, but excuse me if I sound a little bit different this week. Okay, so now we've got the Princess of Cups, and this is, I'm feeling the two of you getting very stable and grounded. We also have the cheater's story, and then this is the bridegroom basically as well that's completed this battle is what it feels like here. And you're in a very good position here, and what I feel like you're doing is supporting the two of you at ground in through this process of leaving this entity behind. And this is the theme of the week, and that's really the theme of the energies that are coming up right now. Is like this would be separatism as well, cheating, having affairs, anything that creates division between the two of you here. But this is a physical division with a third-party karmic entity that would be involved in trying to keep the two of you apart. So this is God is saying like he's bringing the two of you together, and whatever that separatism has been, which created this cheating energy, is what's being removed, so that the two of you are not going to be moving forward in that alignment with that frequency any longer here. And there's freedom of the sacral chakra, the womb chakra, but more than anything, I think you as the divine feminine Christ, whether you're male or female, I'm reading you as the feminine, that you're this is you're getting stable, you're getting healthier, you're getting more into the alchemical process of the Holy Grail. You can see she's got that cup, the chalice in her hands here. Her eyes are closed. God is saying separatism is no more. So I feel like you should feel very taken care of this week here. Unity consciousness, that you're not alone, that you're feeling safe and stable, that you know that the divine also has you supported this week, and it's going to give you the strength and endurance that you need. That's going to support the masculine here as well, and who's already chosen to leave this behind as well. So it's like you're leading the way, God is saying, no, you're leading the way, and emotionally you're leading the way as well. So this is where the cups energy is coming in here. It's coming to fruition. God is saying there's moments in time here that are collapsing for you. And so this has been hard, God is saying, but these collapses are necessary, and these are disillusionments that would have created this abomination against Christ, is what I'm hearing specifically. Cheated on now or in the past. Trust issues triggered. Heal the past hurts and change the future. So this is, I think, for you, separatism, God is saying, this past energy frequency is being healed out of you, and you're getting more becoming more of a stable counterpart, is what I'm hearing as well, because through the power of creation that the two of you have, if you're holding this frequency in you of expectation that this person would cheat on you, or that anybody, it might be just a stigma that you have from past experiences that is leaving your body. And I feel like it's especially leaving the womb, the sacral chakra, the sexual and reproductive organs, the root chakra. You might have purging, physical purging as well, and different sort of phenomenon, and swelling and bloating and these sorts of things, because you're releasing this entity from you here. And if you're hanging on to that frequency, you're manifesting being cheated on, essentially, ultimately, long story short here, and it's creating that entity to go into the partner here. So there's the masculine has been manipulated to behave in such a certain way over and over again here, and this is a time of mastery here, and leaving that manipulation behind, purifying out of that manipulation here, and getting more in control of your fears ultimately here, to leave them behind for good, and acknowledge that you're not accepting that behavior any longer. You're not attached to it either. There's a healing that's going to happen. There's a remuneration that's going to happen, is what I'm hearing as well, and we will focus that on this in the extended reading to support your healing. There could definitely be like a like an ancestral pattern that you've had this in your family as well, and that's also, no matter what, you're clearing this cheating entity from repeating. So if you were married, for example, and have children and are now divorced, and part of that family falling apart was due to this cheating entity being involved, your children won't be repeating that karmic loop anymore either. So you've really done quite a bit to clear and put an end to that. And now my throat chakra is going, so it's like this clarity and this truth is coming in here. There's rapture I'm hearing right now. So there's definitely a lot going on, but you're aligning now your energy body, your physical body, your thoughts and emotions, they're all aligning now to having a faithful, loyal partner. And so through that process, this is what you're attracting as well. So it's genetic. God is saying it's genetic timelines that have been cleared. So, and it's launching you forward. This is a big week of you being launched forward this week. And this is my God card with high honor. So this is God coming in. This definitely speaks of celebration. The word, this is commanded by the Most High as well. We also have this later dude card, and then the Princess of Wands. So you're not going to accept that any longer. You've left it behind. We've already done this, and so this is a completion. This is God saying, yes, you've done it. You congratulations. You're getting that high honors for your efforts to clear this out of the masculine, to clear this out of you and the family, and so this won't repeat, and so these illusions won't repeat, is what I'm hearing specifically. It says, love yourself enough to only accept the best. Let go of the wrong person and be comfortable with being alone. So you've put in that work here, and it's through that and allowing and being out of the way here, just commanding the very best for yourself. You're a star, God just said. You're a superstar, God just said. Amen to that here, that you're aligning the future. You've aligned the collective. Like you've truly, through this time, and I feel like the past few months in particular here, it's been a lot about like really walking away and cutting that behind, and possibly being tested as well, with past partners coming back, and or the same kind of relationships coming back your way, especially in love, that you've said no, I'm not going to do that any longer here. And so that's allowed God to come in, Shekinah to come in here to destroy, just remove, do this for the collective, do it for Gaia, do it for the land, do it for the 12 tribes of Israel. Like, this is a big thing here that's happening. And it's ultimately supporting the masculine generally. Return back into that family template, because this is another agenda that they're trying to separate families. They're really trying to stop future generations, like reproducing families and legacies, and turning society off of the idea of marriage and family and having children here. So this is like God's putting an end to that. There's like God's legacy here, his bloodline. God really wants that to, he's commanding it to happen here through his first fruits, his covenant family, he's saying here. So this is the reward you're being given here, and they're honors. God is saying these are high honors that you're being given here. So this is a beautiful energy, and you've certainly, everything that you've done, God is acknowledging it this week for you. He's acknowledging it to me right now. I'm telling you, like, this is it. So he's happy, and he can produce for you now on your behalf. So some part of your and so this was a lot of the energy last week that was clearing, was contracts with the devil, contracts with the serpent. And it was like through this process of saying later, dude, and being okay to be alone and putting the Most High first rather than accepting less for yourself and allowing this environment for yourself and your family, that it's God can now give you more, because he's in your original union with Creator is more. It's sealed. It's truly like sealed in, where before there was, and I'm hearing the nebula. So this was back when we went through the equinox. So God's really been coming in here and witnessing, observing since middle of March. Was that when we had, the middle of March was the equinox. And then he's been watching, really truly watching with the eye of God, observing, witnessing, testing, seeing what the devil is doing, seeing what the people that serve the light are doing collectively. There's a lot now. And so he can come in here and completely fulfill his covenant with his children, with you, all-stars. He's calling you the all-stars. So this is more of building God's presence through us, bringing God, heaven to earth more through us here, and that's destroying this old beast system ultimately as well. So this is beautiful, huge energy, and God, I feel, is done observing basically, and especially this week it's really showing like he's been watching it, and now you're receiving the reward here, and we're moving on. Remunerated. So we have the King of Cups for you emotionally. So this is what you're going to accept for yourself here, and these disillusionments as well. So there's this journey card as well. So this is what you're moving on, is to seek your beloved, your holy girl counterpart, your king counterpart. It says beware of dating patterns, stop what doesn't work, subliminals, change subconscious patterns. So this is your achievement. Now you're emotionally ready through this process to now seek a higher form of love, a counterpart that won't be cheating on you or putting anything ahead of you basically. So this is a person that wants to be in union with you, and I'm feeling like you're also the person or types of people you would generally be attracted to, and especially physically. I feel like you're also letting that go through this process, because you're realizing that there's much more value in somebody that's able, capable, healed, healthy, whole, able to offer you love, and it's enduring is what God is saying. And this is more important to you. You're realizing here, and that could be part of the patterns that you're letting go of. It's just like the way that you've the same types of people is what you're also realizing, that you're leaving that behind as well, and you're choosing the bridegroom. God is saying specifically you're choosing the bridegroom. So for your blocks, we've got the 9 of Swords, and this is, I think, where this throat chakra energy is also the blocks are. We also have addiction. So this is the patterns that you're leaving. It's emotion. These are addictions to emotional. I think you're just so used to being in this emotional stagnancy or not healed enough. So this is what you're leaving to accept emotionally an offering from a king. where you've been accepting emotional offerings from unhealthy karmic relationships, and that's where the addiction's been, because it's like a pattern that you've only known, and because it's genetic as well. This is something that's in the DNA that's leaving, in the blood that's leaving, karma that's leaving. So it says codependent, and we like this is a narcissist codependent environment that we've been clearing as well. So that makes a lot of sense. Codependent, obsession, possession, controlling has a block and restraint. So this is what's clearing out of you this week here, will be aligning you to feel stable and strong, and it's going to remove, this is like a mental and emotional addiction. So you might be addicted to drama, for example, that creates emotional upheavals, and that's the pattern you're used to, or attracting dramatic people that are hot cold, or there's a big fight and then it's the makeup and you're getting all the love bombing and attention during the makeup time, and that's what has been the cycle that's been filling you up. But these are unhealthy patterns here and addictions. So this, you're healing emotionally, you're healing karmically here. So the mind and the emotions, I think, are what's coming into balance for you this week here. But it's clearing out of you, it's healing out of you, and it's supporting you to be stronger and more confident, more passionate, have this Princess of Wands energy frequency about you as well here. So it's like the life force is going to be returning in you through this process as well. Wow, the lioness, the goddess, these frequencies are going to be building in you, and the deserving of that you want your king counterpart here, knowing that you are like you are on this master level here. You are this child of God that has created this great success for the collective. Like, you deserve an equal counterpart that has also done all of this with you. They understand this process with you here, not somebody that doesn't, that's still in this old vibrational earth frequency as well. So there's a lot coming together that's supporting your thoughts, your mind, so what you've looked at relationships, the type of people that you would normally attract or be attracted to, the codependency component of that addiction's being broken this week. Those patterns are breaking and you're leaving them with reward this week here. So your action steps, we got the Queen of Wands, perfect. And I got shivers head to toe, they just went through me. Finger pointing, you're not playing that game anymore either here. And I feel like this message is coming in. This is reward, this is remuneration, this is new contracts that are available for you as well, new offerings that are going to be coming in based on your sovereignty here and leadership. Lioness, just like I'm saying, like you are that lioness here. You're going to be attracting the lion counterpart to you here. There's like, you're not going to degrade yourself anymore, is what God's saying. This is I think there was a self-punishment or degrading yourself with the partners you're picking. And you could have been very successful in other areas of your life where you were already in this lioness frequency, but when it came to love, there was some addiction and healing that you just couldn't seem to move past, and that's you're outgrown it this week. You've healed out of it this week. You're being carried out of it this week here, and it's like I see that fire burning behind, like it's just up in smoke. It's up in smoke. Like you've conquered the beast here. You definitely conquered the beast. You flipped things upside down here as well, as what I'm seeing. And with the finger pointing card here, it says our partners reflect our wounds, relationships mirror what we are, finger pointing and taking responsibility here. So that's the ego. You've overcome the ego. You've overcome the codependency. You've overcome the emotions here. And you're taking action based on sovereignty, truth, love, and your choice based on your own self-awareness of how amazing that you are, basically. So I think this is wonderful because you've healed that codependency wound ultimately, that you're leaving that behind this week, that created adultery is what I'm hearing, and attracted that relationship cycle to you. So no matter how many, so you could have been blocked from even if you weren't having relationships with people, and you weren't, people weren't coming into your life to have relationships with you, if you've been alone, there could have been blocks that were preventing you from accessing the union here. Whatever those things were, that's being cleared this week. So the blocks being removed here. So you're being remunerated. God is saying, like, you're ready. You're more ready for a relationship now here, and you're attracting the healthy partner, your equivalent to you, basically, this week as well through this. So let's look at them towards you this week here. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. Wow, magic spells, and the Fox. Look at that. So this is what is creating them to become this King of Cups counterpart for you. Okay, so it's like forcing them to grow up through your own choices here of being in this Queen of Wands template. I feel like you're really clearing patterns and exes and these relationship cycles, is forcing the masculine here to stop behaving that way, and they're seeing the loss. I think that that way isn't producing any longer either. There's no, like, they can't catch a break is what I'm hearing here. They're realizing, like, the total loss and destruction of going down this path of betrayal against the feminine here. So this is like catching up to them, I think, this more than ever. And they're seeing that these choices are they're knowing here that their choices they make are the wrong choices, and it's being forced out of them. It says, everything is divine. Know that you are the creator of your reality. Co-manifest with the universe here. So they're being called to pull themselves up out of this addiction, basically, is what I'm hearing, of behaving this way, and to create themselves being this loyal, faithful, loving counterpart with you. So the two of you are truly working together through this process here, to align and ascend and make the changes this week here. That the change is going to happen through this week. That's going to remove them from that isolated state of being here. They're definitely getting this clarity coming in, mastery coming in here. It's showing them this, the truth of being a masculine, being a divine masculine Christ leader, being powerful, having their strength back, having their sovereignty back, like they're really, and feeling stable and grounded and rooted. This is like where you're at this week, and this is what they desire to be as well here, and this is what they're attaining to be, is stable and grounded and rooted and confident in themselves here. So this is what they're being called out of this old cycle and into this week, and they know it more clear than ever. I think feedback could be definitely showing itself to them as well this week, like immediate feedback. If they behave this way at all, they're going to have a quick response to their behaviors, basically, that's going to show them that it's not going to be producing for them. It's just they're going in circles, chasing something that's not, that they don't even want, is what I'm seeing here. So it's time they're letting that go for good. It's a cycle. Okay, and we have the 7 of Pentacles here, and he's cutting off this branch with the sickle here, and it's just like biblically talks about how God like cleans up the family tree. He uses the sickle to cut off the branches, the dead branches. He's cutting away, what is not healthy here, what should not be in the family tree and in the union. So emotionally, they're aligning to that this week here. We've got missing you, and then this is my magic spells card here with this this whip. So it's like that whip is what's creating them to go in circles here, and they're over it. It's being removed from them. It's draining them, is what I'm hearing. It says, so sad, lonely, or alone, physical separation, letting go, moving on, thinking of you. So it's like this is their understanding now. It's like there's the choices, their emotions, your love, their love to be with you. This is so stronger and stronger than, it's overriding this entity in them. So it's like they're being forced to see this truth. They're seeing this accurately this week. Their emotions aren't aligning to that entity and that magic any longer. Their emotions are aligning with you, and it's like creating a massive conflict in them here, but they know exactly what to do. They know they need to get rid of this component of themselves or behavior patterns, or attracting that relationship, those types of relationships to them as well here. Ultimately, these are spells. So these spells, these disillusionments and the spells are what's being removed from them as well. So this is spells are breaking through this process as well, and that's causing this big upheaval, but it'll through this they're going to get grounded and stable and confident really quickly. I think this is all happening for them this week, and this is all about, like I'm saying, completing that separation component that we've been collectively working through the division. So this is what's happening this week is they're seeing very clearly and accurately, especially with the root chakra and foundationally in their life, how this is not working. And it's repeatedly being shown to them this is not working because of this situation. And it's these behaviors, these choices, these people, these relationships, the job, whatever it might be, it's like obvious that it's just a trap for them here. And that you're the truth, and this is like clear and louder to them through this process of being shown what they don't want and things not working out in their favor this week, basically. So we've got the wheel as their block, and so this is, I think, because it's a destined time, this has to happen now. You're ready. This fire's burning behind you. It's lit, like you've destroyed this enemy here, and it's destroying it in their life, and they're being forced to make them to move with the changes that are happening. We've got occupation, which is the mission of the union of the beloved. So there's you two. So this is you two really moving through this process this week, and it has to happen. This is part of the collective consciousness energy of shifting into new earth and Holy Grail unions. We also have emotional intimacy. So healing relationships with self, inner child proceeds successfully, inner child precedes successful relationships. Love is energy. So that C point of lust and the cheating here, and probably from emotionally unfulfilling relationships as a child, possibly as well. This is childhood trauma, these sorts of things that created them, block them from tapping into love ultimately here, and being in a loving relationship where they give their all here, especially emotionally, being that vulnerable to open up and love somebody that much and let somebody love them that much without putting a wall up between it, because they're fearful of that emotional intimacy because they've been hurt. So as well as you, that's exactly what you're clearing, but you're seeing it very accurately and clearly this week, and you're overriding it, and you've already done that work. So this is more of a manifestation of fruition of all of that, where they're being, it's like you're pointing, you're saying, look at these disillusionments here. I'm being this goddess, lioness here. You have to pick it up and release these toxicities here and let it go. And so this is the destined energy here, is this emotional healing for them from entrapment, basically, in these spells and these disillusionments, basically. So they're not going to be serving that beast anymore. They're really turning around out of that here, and it's being shown to them like so loud and clear this week, so they cannot ignore whatever, if they're 80% coming into the union and still 20% stuck behind in this energy and in contracts, in these magic spells, whatever these spells are, they're breaking this week, and it's just that last little bit that's needed, and this is stability and foundation for them to feel stable and ready here and capable of offering you this emotional intimacy as well. So their action steps towards the union this week. We've got the 5 of Wands and Gate. So that's an energy that keeps coming through here. It's their desire for physical union with you. This is what keeps building. So it's like as this desire to have sex or physical union with other beings that was based on these magic spells. See, this is what it is. These temptation, pornography, Hollywood, whatever they've been programmed under these spells and brainwashed into giving this powerful life force energy away to somebody that's not you, is being removed here. And so that but through that process of removing the wrong sexual partner here, their desire to be in physical harmonic union with you is going to be building and building and building. And it's just this natural state of being, because this is the Hieros Gamos union, the alchemical union here of the Holy Grail that you two are here embodying. So this is just more of them going into their natural organic state of being, desiring to be in union with you. This friction is no more. So they're not going to fight off that desire to be with you either any longer. They're not going to fight under these magic spells. I think it's like they're giving it all up. They're cutting it out of their life. They're cutting it out of their emotional life. They're just, they so don't want to, they just want to be love here. They want to be physically with their divine feminine Christ. And this light is what I keep seeing is coming in, showing them the truth on this, so that it's being eliminated. Whatever 2%, 1%, 50%, whatever part of them was still stuck in this pattern somehow, some way, is being eliminated, is being forced out of their DNA this week. God is saying, it says meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there. So this is their desire here, and they're not going to be, the friction, the entity of friction is what's being removed here. Chastity belt is what I'm hearing as well. So that could have been, we'll remove that in the extended. That could have been another energy, an entity of these magic spells. And I truly have seen it a lot where they're stuck based on this magic. So it's not their real feelings, and then they're getting the chastity belt put on. So it's forcing them to not be physical with their divine feminine Christ, but to be forced to be physical with the wrong person, the Jezebel, the entity here, the enemy. And this enemy, this fox, is the one that's trying to hurt you ultimately here and create this separation. This is why these magic spells were incepted to begin with here. So through them breaking through this, you're getting your power back. You're getting strong and stable. They're making the right choices here towards being in union with you. And this is their desire. And it's just going to continue building their emotional desire, their physical desire. So you're fine. It's excellent. So this is the finale of the week here. So we've got this masculine now that's grown up into this mature man, the divine masculine Christ. This is exactly what we want. We've got the star card with this, and we've got back together. So this is really, it says reunited, good chance of getting back together. We are together, things are flowing again. Amen to that. So I think this is them becoming back whole with who they are as well. This is going to this is them being that king template here, and it's going to support you getting your equal counterpart here, and the union coming back together. And this is what's naturally happening. Like I'm saying, you two are you're growing back together through this process, and the star card is perfect. It's really speaking volumes about that this is happening. Our wishes are being fulfilled on this level here. That remuneration is here. You're both being filled. She's got these two jars of water coming in. Fill up both of your cups. Like it's both of you are healing this week, and it's about the two of you, and removing this separation entity between the two of you, and your original divine union is what's happening. So in all sorts of ways this is going on, but ultimately you're getting your power back. They're free of the spells basically here, and through that process they're just naturally coming back into union with you here. But it is important to really focus on this acceptance, allowing this process here, accepting your high honors this week as well, and knowing that you've done such a great job of clearing these patterns. This is a big time. This is a big week here, and your success is creating these beautiful results. That's forcing change, not only in your Holy Grail counterpart, but all of the Divine Masculine Christ Collective. This is humanity that's collectively healing out of the spell work. This is that separation entity that keeps human against human, and a political agenda going as well. That's going to end through this whole process. It's going to be healing and restoring back into God's original divine plan for new heaven and heaven on earth, new heaven, new earth, and heaven on earth. You're restoring. This is harmony, and that we're getting back into our original divine plan and original divine blueprint before these spells were incepted that created the separation. And these are illusions, God keeps saying. So we're going to be focusing on all that and more. This week we're going to be using the Lightworkers Oracle deck. I was seeing these cards in meditation this morning before filming. So we're going to be focusing on that and raising you up. This is just really a week of supporting, especially you, raise up into being this powerful lioness here that's only accepting her Lion of Judah counterpart as well. And that was going to bring that forward for all of us as well, for all of humanity as well. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. I love you so much. Have a very blessed week. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, the Vimeo link is right down below. You can have a click and read down below as well what we do cover in the extended reading. If the energies resonate with you, if you'd like to participate, it's only $4.44. Very inexpensive, but full of information. You can listen to it over and over as many times as you'd like. So very, very valuable for a very, very affordable price. So thank you so much for joining me. And for all of those of you that do join me each week, your collective participation of saying yes does so much for all of humanity. And I'm so grateful that you join me. I love you. Take care. Be blessed. Bye.